What I learned from my recent trip to Cuba. Alright, first thing first, if you're not a Cuban national traveling from the United States, you will need a visa to go to Cuba. You can purchase the visa from your airline and try to give yourself enough time to get to the airport, because the flight to Cuba, as I learned the day that I was leaving, when I tried to check in for my flight, I was greeted with this message that my flight was restricted. I had to stop at the ticket counter to see an agent. When I got to the airport at the JetBlue ticket counter, I was able to check in for my flight and paid for my visa. The visa was $50 at the JetBlue ticket counter. The whole process took about 5 minutes and I was on my way. And a quick 55 minutes later, we were in Cuba.
Welcome to Havana, Cuba. International check-in 3 hours prior for all flights returning back to the United States. Cell phone usage, video, flash, photography strictly prohibited. Customs immigration only.
JetBlue le da la bienvenida a Havana, Cuba. Ahora son las 1:28 de la tarde. Por seguridad, por favor, mantenga sus cinturones abrochados y su maleta de mano guardada hasta que el capitán.
Going to custom in Cuba is pretty much like anywhere else. A few questions and you get your pictures taken, and that's pretty much it. As you exit the airport, you will find plenty of places to exchange your money. Yes, you will have to exchange your money into Cuban currency. Your Visa, American Express, Apple Pay will not work in Cuba. Cuba has two different types of currencies. They have the Cuban peso and the Cuban convertible, or CUC. You need to exchange your money into Cuban convertibles because the peso is pretty much worthless. You cannot actually buy anything with it. If you have the peso, you will have to exchange it into Cuban convertible to buy anything. One Cuban convertible is equal to 25 pesos. One other thing you need to know, you have an exchange rate between 8 and 17% depending on where you exchange your money. At the airport, it tends to be higher than if you exchange your money somewhere in the local places that you can exchange your money. I did not have to do that because my connection in Cuba is a business owner who uses US dollars to buy stuff for her business outside of Cuba. So I was able to get an even exchange for my money. And outside of the airport, they have plenty of taxis to take you wherever you want. Or if you choose, you can rent a car. Yes, you can definitely rent a car in Cuba. Anything from a Kia Rio all the way up to a Mercedes-Benz. Now it was time for me to meet my Airbnb host. I have to give a big shout out to my host because the place looked exactly, if not better, than what was advertised. Wi-Fi. Let's talk about Wi-Fi in Cuba. I specifically picked this place because it was advertised that Wi-Fi was available 24/7. Let me show you exactly how Wi-Fi works in Cuba. The way Wi-Fi advertising works here is totally different than what you're used to in the US or any other place that I have been. Free Wi-Fi in Cuba means that you have access to a router, but you have to buy your own data card. Granted that the data is not expensive. The card costs about 1 or 2 CUC or Cuban convertible depending on where you buy it. If you get it directly from the phone company, it's 1 CUC for 1 hour and 2 CUCs for 2 hours and so on and so forth. The card costs 2 CUCs for 1 hour, 4 CUCs for 2 hours from the locals, because this is a way for them to earn extra income. It's like a little side business for them. If you can, try to get it from the locals because anything helps. The food in Cuba. Listen, I live in South Florida, so Cuban food is nothing new to me. The food in Cuba is fine. I find that breakfast was always very, very good. So the first night I was there, I was invited to go across the water to El Moro to see El Cañonazo de las Nueve. Pretty much what that is a live cannon being fired. I wasn't gonna miss that. This was my first. So yeah, if you're ever in Havana, Cuba, This thing is every night at 9 o'clock. You get to see a live cannon being fired.
Por la voz de mía, señor. Para una salva a mi orden.
So day 2, the next day I was there, we had a 1953 Chevy convertible to take a tour of the city. So this was $30. You have to negotiate. You can negotiate your prices. You know, you don't have to pay whatever they ask you. You can, if they ask you for 50, you can go down to 25, 30, and then you meet in the middle. So we had a 1953 Chevy convertible. I was able to visit the whole city, including Plaza de la Revolución. That's one of the places where Fidel Castro used to give all his big speeches. After a nice tour of the city, it was time to hit the beach, which is about 15 to 20 minutes outside of Havana. I went to Mar Azul. They have a lot of beaches around there, but we went to one of them that was a little bit closer. Very nice, warm, clear water. Is it expensive in Cuba? Well, this is one of the cheapest trips I have ever taken. That's including the airline tickets, food, Airbnb, and pretty much everything else. Things in Cuba are relatively cheap. Lunch was about 6 CUCs or 6 convertibles. Breakfast was about the same, and that's including the drink that comes with it, at a pretty decent place. And from the locals, it's even cheaper. We went to eat at a pretty upscale place right across the street from the capital. I believe about 7 of us ate, and the bill came about 87 CUCs or convertibles. The Cuban people are extremely nice. They go to the extra mile to make sure that you are comfortable. Pretty much each bar or restaurant that you go to, they have a live band playing. After each couple songs, someone from the band come out with a plate to collect tips. You can tip whatever you want. It's not required, but it's appreciated. I'm talking about not at night, like during the day or at night. Every day. Which is pretty lively, if you ask me. Security. How secure is Cuba? This is probably one of the safest, if not the safest place that I've ever been to. Your safety, security. I was able to walk anywhere that I wanted to, 2 or 3 in the morning, and with no worries, no issues. So security is not a concern if you're planning on going there. Cuba is a pretty safe place. So the last night I was there, we went to Casa De La Musica. This place was actually 15 CUCs or 15 Cuban convertibles to get in. They had a DJ and a live band playing. It was fun. It was pretty cool. Will I go back to Cuba? Well, absolutely yes. As a matter of fact, I'm already planning my next trip. There's a place a couple hours outside of Havana, Varadero. I wanted to go there, but I didn't have enough time. Varadero, I will definitely go there next time. Anyway guys, thank you for watching. If you find any value in this video at all, please leave a comment. I'll answer all your questions. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss any of our next videos. Peace.
Cuba.